Hey guys, so in this video I'm going to be speaking about quite an important question. If I have debt, should I invest? And the answer quite simply is no. But before you panic, don't worry, I do have an action plan for you that you can take in order to achieve your goal of essentially investing and becoming financially free. So if this sounds interesting to you, please be sure to like the video and subscribe in order to get more content just like this. Okay, so step number one. First, what we're going to do is pretty obvious. You're going to pay off your debt. Now, it's important to remember that when you're paying off debt, you should try to focus on one type of debt first. So, for example, if you have 2 credit cards, you're going to want to pay down the debt of one credit card fully before you try to pay down the debt of the other credit card. What's important to remember is that you need to be paying the minimum for all your debt that you have outstanding. But any money extra that you have that you want to put towards paying off your debt, that should only go to one type of debt at a time. So, there are 2 methods to paying off debt. One is called the Avalanche Method. I personally really like this method. I think it's super clever and it's just the best way to go. So with the Avalanche Method, what you're doing is you want to pay off the debt that has the highest interest rate first. So this is mainly credit cards because they're sitting at quite a high percentage of interest rate. This pretty much tries to achieve the minimal amount of money that's accumulating while you were perhaps paying off a different kind of debt. So if you're paying off a car, okay, the interest rate there is going to be a lot lower than credit card interest rates. So you want to pay off that credit card as quick as possible, because if you think about it, if that money that you owe on your credit card is just lying there, you're going to just have to end up paying more and more due to that interest rate. So you really want to try and attack the debt that has the highest interest rate first. The second method that you can use is called the Snowball Method. So this is more of a psychological type of method. What you want to do here is target your debt that has the lowest amount outstanding. So, for example, if you have a car payment and you have 20,000 Rand left to pay on the car, and then you have 40,000 Rand that you need to pay on a credit card, you're going to opt to pay for the car first. In this way, you are essentially achieving your goals to decrease your debt. It may take a little bit longer to do, and essentially you might need to spend some extra money in the future. But if you prefer to see that your goals are being attained, then this is a good method for you. The second part of the action plan that I want to discuss is an emergency fund. So this is really important, especially during these challenging times where people are being retrenched and they aren't getting paid for months. So essentially with this account, you're wanting to achieve a lump sum of money that's roughly worth at least 3 months worth of salary, okay? Preferably 6 months to a year's worth of salary. And this is basically just for emergencies. So, for example, if you suddenly lose your job, you know that you don't have to worry about money because you have that money backed up. Then finally, the third method for the action plan that I'm going to discuss today is obviously to invest. So the reason why investing is so important is because if you leave your money in the bank, most of the time, the interest rate that you're earning on your money is not going to even equal the inflation rate. So essentially, what it's worth today is not going to be what it's worth tomorrow or what it's worth in 10 years, because it won't even be able to keep up. So this really solidifies the fact that we should all be investing, whether it's in the stock market, rental properties, or businesses. It's really a good way to grow your wealth and essentially become financially free. So the last thing I want to speak about today is a method that you can use if you are still in debt but are absolutely desperate to invest. I personally wouldn't advise that you do this, but it is your own opinion. So What some people do is that if they see that the investment can get a higher interest rate than the interest rate that they have to pay on their debt, then they tend to opt to rather invest and only pay the minimum amount on their debt. Like I said, I wouldn't suggest it, but I mean, if you're really into it, sure, go do your research, and I mean, it's all up to you. I know it has worked for some people, but I just personally feel that paying off all your debt at once is a better strategy than maybe tossing up investments versus debt. So guys, if you didn't catch all of that, don't worry. I will paste a link down below to my blog post that explains this all, and you can read it in your own time. So guys, if you like this video, be sure to hit the thumbs up button and subscribe for more content just like this.